All right, guys, welcome back to another video. We got a lot to talk about with the whole San Francisco, California situation. And so far, San Francisco is becoming more hopeless than ever before. And it pains me because this is one of my favorite cities in the US. Weather's pretty great, food is great, the culture is great, the location of the city is incredible. But of course, it's being ran to the ground. Now, check this out. Drug arrest proves that this city is a magnet for homelessness, crime, and this is said by activists. So what's going on is there's not a lot of local San Francisco guys cracking down on a lot of this open air drug market situation. Now, if you go to places like downtown Miami, if you go to downtown Tampa, even New York City, you wouldn't actually see straight up open air drug markets. And right now, apparently, the vast majority of people arrested in San Francisco's crackdown are all out of town. And this is pretty crazy because other cities in California are actually sending a lot of their homeless people to San Francisco and also Oakland. This is not that great considering that San Francisco right now not only owes a bunch of money, they're in a massive budget deficit, but they're also experiencing a massive company-wide exodus. So many companies and businesses are leaving San Francisco, and for good reason. Why would I, a store owner, open my store here when one, there's no tourism, two, a lot of people are leaving, and three, there's constant robberies and nothing really gets done. Now, what's really crazy about the whole San Francisco situation is now people are proposing whether or not to tax those other counties and cities that are sending the homeless to San Francisco. Now, that's not the main problem here. In fact, that shouldn't even be a thought. Right now, there should probably be things that are putting down boundaries. Like, you can't be doing that. You can't just be sending all the homeless to San Francisco. And on top of that, the city has been saying a lot of things about public housing. Now, I don't know about you, but they could probably at least find one decent plot of land and build some affordable housing. Like with the amount of money they're making, okay, I'm pretty sure they could do that. Now, if you check out San Francisco real estate, a lot of the homeless situation is already affecting the real estate prices around the whole area. I mean, seriously, if they don't really fix this up, it's gonna absolutely die out for the city. Now, the city's already spending $6 million on ad campaigns to make San Francisco look like a cool, very unique place to get back talent because there's a massive brain drain. Talented people are leaving, startups are leaving, and I wonder why is that? It's because of all the drugs and all the crime and all the homelessness, people don't want to live here. I feel like instead of spending money on ads, if they just fix up the city, okay, get a little bit tougher on it, and if San Francisco could say, we totally cleared out the Tenderloin district. There's no longer homeless camps. There's no longer homeless people on the streets. There's very, very low crime in the city. And there's also a lot of police presence as well in the city. I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of these big companies running back into the market. There's already a lot of investors on the sidelines, pockets lined up to buy San Francisco real estate. But the reason why they're not snagging these properties like crazy at high prices is they're very, very scared about the prices continuing to fall, which is exactly what's happening right now. A lot of these companies that are leaving are seeing, one, they're not making any money, but they'll put up with it if the city cleans itself up, because if it cleans itself up, a lot of people will start visiting, a lot of people will start moving back. But a lot of these companies are saying that the whole entire government of the Bay Area just doesn't care at all. In fact, they don't care at all to the point that they're willing to just not do anything. Like, I don't know what to say. I mean, all this money used up and they can't solve any of it is pretty crazy. I mean, if you go to other high-end cities at the same level as San Francisco, like Dubai, you don't see any homeless people. If you go to Tokyo, even if you go to like China, like if you go to like Shanghai, you don't actually see homeless people on the streets. Like you won't actually see open air drug markets. I've been there. It's crazy. Like it's actually incredibly clean. I'm always surprised. If you go to Taiwan, same thing. If you go to Sydney, same thing. So I really hope they fix this up because if they don't, more retailers are going to leave. Old Navy to Nordstrom. Half of retailers fleeing downtown San Francisco. Guys, we're not talking about 1% of retailers. We're not talking about maybe one store. We're talking about 50% of all the retailers in the downtown location where most of the shopping happens and where most of the tourism is are leaving. That looks really bad, especially with the amount of high-end retail space being completely vacant. You're getting a bunch of tourists coming in. You're getting a lot of foreign people coming in. Check out what San Francisco has to offer, and all they see is half-empty stores and a bunch of homeless people and a bunch of tents everywhere. It's not great for the city. I feel like the city isn't too far down the road. I feel like they still have time to save themselves. I feel like the best thing to do right now is to bunker down, get some money, build affordable housing, okay? Get some things up and running. Start making some big construction projects. Get things done. Clean the streets. Start some rehab situations. Maybe increase some hospitals, whatever it is. I mean, they have the money to do so, but nothing's really been done. A lot of people are saying that San Francisco, all they do all the time for several decades now is just put band-aids on a lot of the holes. If you look at the Tenderloin district, it's been an open air drug market for decades. Not just these years. It's been an open air drug market since like the 90s. And it's been like that for like 30 years and nothing's really been done. And it amazes me, because the city makes a lot of money. And now if you look at California's situation, public school enrollment is declining. We're seeing that being intensified by the pandemic. We're seeing a lot of people leaving. In fact, just San Francisco alone lost almost 100,000 people. Bay Area probably lost 350,000 people. LA just this year, the first 2 months, lost 90,000 people. And LA, there's only a few million people. So losing that many individuals, especially these high earners, is not great. We're also seeing rural California, seeing hospitals being shut down. That's also where a lot of health professionals are leaving. We're seeing a lot of neglect in the infrastructure. I mean, California practically ran itself to the ground, and you could only put so many band-aids on a lot of these wounds until this massive fall starts, which is exactly what's happening. This is why a lot of the population is leaving for places like Florida and Texas, where you can actually buy a nice home. If you go to Miami, you actually save money than living in LA, and the climate's nice. There's very low crime. A lot of young people are living in downtown Miami, and they love it. Brickell, it's incredible. You can walk outside in the middle of the night and feel safe. And there's also bars, clubs, and a vibrant nightlife, unlike San Francisco. And check this out. The commercial real estate apocalypse is here. Look at the Westfield Mall, okay? This is in 2022. Even in 2022, it's already super empty, okay? And a lot of vacancies are happening. But now, Westfield Mall, this is the city's biggest mall in downtown. This is prime location, guys. If you own a luxury store, if you have a Louis Vuitton store to open up, this is where you want to open it. And now it's about 45% empty. Only 55% of the tenants are staying. And they have now finally defaulted on their massive loan of $558 million. A mall defaulting on almost $500 million of loans is crazy. And it's not just them. Like right across the street, you got a 3,000 room hotel defaulting on a $725 million. Park hotels and resorts are also moving out, stating bad street conditions. And what they're saying is there's too much homelessness and crime to the point that tourism is not flourishing anymore. I mean, when a city has to spend millions of dollars on commercial ads to lure people in, not a great sign. Given the fact that Miami, New York City, LA, they all have their problems, but they're not actually spending money to have ads to lure people in. I mean, Miami's so hot. They don't need ads to lure people in. Instagram people just go there and start taking pictures, and that's free advertising right there. But San Francisco is so bad to the point that influencers, Instagram guys, TikTok guys don't want to go there, and they don't want to film it. It's so bad to the point they got to spend money to do ads on YouTube to get people in. Not a great sign. I really hope the city really fixes itself. This is truly one of my favorite cities in America, but right now, not so much. I'm more shifting towards Miami. I'm starting to become a big Florida fan. See you guys later.